Every month I try to put up a list of upcoming games that I think are worth of your time and money, and maybe see if you'd like to play them. Hi guys, it's Mr.CanIplay, and today on my channel the top 10 new games of August 2023. Now remember to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications every day of what are the best top 10s of each month, genre and platform. At number 10 is Atomic Heart DLC. Now we are getting our first DLC called Annihilation Instinct, and you get new weapons, enemies and characters, and even new glove abilities. Now it promises some nice new big bosses, it has a cool trailer, and with how Atomic Heart was interesting, I think it's definitely a go. At number 9 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now it's an asymmetrical multiplayer style game that we've seen previously in other games, but this one seems to be a bit better than the others. Now despite not being a total horror game, you play either as the survivors or family members trying to kill the teenagers. Now I think the biggest hurdle is to play as Leatherface, because definitely most of us will want to do that. So if they can make it interesting, I think this game will have a huge win, but in most multiplayer horrors, you can play as the big bad guy. Number 8 is Ride 5. Now not a lot of motorbike games exist with such mechanics, pace and physics. It's more like a Gran Turismo but for motorbikes. Now the good graphics, mechanics and environment really get you hooked. The previous title was good, but obviously with a few hiccups here and there, but this one looks better and probably you should give it a try. At number 7 is Everspace. Now this is a space shooter action RPG which is a bit unique, and it's more like a space simulator, a really good one at that, but with non-stop action that's over the top. There are tons of customization on ship stuff and prolonged to 50 hours of play, but you can definitely go all the way to 150 hours if you so wish. I'm not a fan of simulators, but this has really got me intrigued, and I feel like I will have missed a lot if I don't play it. Number 6 is Armored Core 6. Now this is the latest in the series, which I thought was done for, since the last one came out in 2013. Now the new footage promises us that the game will be more fantastic, better, though the mechanics seem the same, which is a win for us, and the better graphics just get me hyped. If you haven't played this series, it's basically a mecha series game controlling robots in an all-out, non-stop action. Number 5 is Sea of Stars. Now this is an old school JRPG that I think everyone should give it a try. There's a new story, new cool stuff in the combat system, and from the demo, which I really enjoyed, it's one not to miss. I'm pretty excited for this game. The story is engaging and so is the combat system. It has great potential. At number 4 is Atlas Fallen. Now this is an open world third-person RPG with the main character being powerful and can wield magic. Now it feels like Darksiders and Monster Hunters combined. You get to fight monsters, surf on the sand, and has impressive moments throughout the gameplay. Now the open world isn't fully open, but enough space to roam around and fight against giant monsters to your satisfaction. And from the gameplay, I would say that I will give it a try. Number 3 is Blasphemous Tuna. Now this is a Metroidvania that focuses a lot on the combat. It's a Souls-like game, except there isn't any in the 2D format. It might be better to call it a hack and slash. Now this sequel doesn't look to improve much on the already good combat, other than more weapons and environmental puzzles. Now the added variety makes it less boring, unlike the first one which you had to play with one weapon all through the gameplay. Now you can choose others to suit your playing style. And number 2 is Immortals of AVM. Now this is more like a Call of Duty but with elite tactical wizards instead. This is a single player first person magic shooter. It's more like a story based Doom or Halo vibe, with what seems to be amazing characters, and feels like a throwback to old school shooter campaigns but with really stunning visuals, great cutscenes, very detailed characters, almost realistic with jumping into worlds with these magical effects, and as much as it seems a bit generic, I think it has more substance and it's shaping up to be a really pretty one. And the top of the list is Boulders Gate 3. Now this is set 120 years after the events of the second one. The game can be played solo or multiplayer, both local and online with up to 3 players, or even CPUs as your companions. Now unlike the previous ones, this has a turn-based combat system with the gameplay based on the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons rules, so a lot of the consequences of your actions are decided by a dice roll. Now when it comes to characters, you can create one and customize to your liking, or choose a pre-built one. Now the early access has been great and I'm excited for it to be released. And I've got a bonus for you, Daymare 1994 Sandcastle. Now this is a prequel to Daymare 1998, which was a bit underrated, but this time they've gone over the top with more action, tech and gadgets, like scanning your environment and fighting against more challenging, scary enemies. Now you are now a new protagonist in a top secret military research facility full of zombies and monsters. There is a demo and you can check it out. There is action, survival horror elements and even puzzles to deal with.